What is going on, guys? We are here on the North Shore of Long Island and spring has sprung. Everything is coming to life. Just listen. So we're taking a walk in the woods today. We had a couple of days of rain. We're gonna take a walk now. We're gonna look for some mushroom life. We're going after one of the easiest mushrooms to forage. Now, one of the most important things you can do for your mushroom foraging to have better results is learn your trees and which mushrooms attach themselves to which trees. If you do that, you'll set yourself ahead of the game. I'm headed to an area with oak trees and hardwood trees. The mushroom that I'm looking for today is chicken of the woods. There are a few different types of chicken of the woods. We'll get into that later, but depending on the type, that's how it's going to grow. So one of the ones that I'm looking for today is the sulfur shelf, and that's the one that grows on the stumps and the fallen down trees. There's another one called, well, the Latin name is Letophoris cincinnatus, and it grows in a rosette form on the root base of the tree. So it'll be a couple of feet out from the tree. Those, for me, I don't come across a lot. The actual sulfur shelf or Letophoris sulphureus are the ones that I can usually find in abundance. For some of the things that make these mushrooms easy to forage, one is their color. They have a bright, beautiful yellow color with orange on top, and usually you can spot them from about a football field away. Something else that makes these mushrooms easy to find is that they typically regrow in the same areas that you found them before. I'm headed to specific locations that I've harvested these mushrooms from before. Perfect example of what I'm talking about. That's probably, maybe about 100 feet away from me. I don't know if you can see it, but on that down tree, there is a brand new, very small chicken of the woods. Just to show you something else here, that is a very old chicken of the woods. That in front of us is yet another very old chicken of the woods. And at the end of this tree, right there, is our Letophoris sulphureus sulfur shelf chicken of the woods. Now you are in a race against animals, against bugs, against other foragers, and that's why I do try to come out as often as possible, if not just for a morning walk. I'll walk around here and see if I see anything, but especially a couple days after it rained, and then we hit very, very warm weather, which creates the nice humid atmosphere for these mushrooms to flush. When you take into account what needs to actually happen for a mushroom to flush, it is one of the most remarkable feats of nature. It is straight magic. But the climate has to be perfect, the nutrients have to be perfect. It is insane. And it's just, you are witnessing what I truly feel is a miracle. So being this young, I can cut pretty close to the base, and chances are this guy is gonna do a second flush. But rather than pull it off completely, I like to cut it to give it another chance so maybe someone else can come and find it. So some of the other identifiers for chicken of the woods, they do have one lookalike, sort of, and that would be the jack-o'-lantern mushroom, but that grows in a very different pattern, and one major difference, it has gills. The chicken of the woods is a polypore mushroom, which means it has little tiny pores on the underside of it and no gills. So that's an easy way to make sure what you have is the right mushroom. And one of the reasons that they're so lovingly called chicken of the woods is, you guessed it, when cooked up, a lot of people say it has the texture and taste of chicken. I don't feel that way. It tastes like a mushroom to me, but let people believe what they want to believe. Now, before we go any further in the video, I have to put out a disclaimer there, and the disclaimer is you have to do your own research and eat your own forage mushrooms at your own risk. because it's a mistake you don't want to make. Best things I can say, get a book, take a class, or go out with someone that knows. We got the woods in front of us and the Long Island Sound behind us, and it is just a perfect day. All right, I'm gonna head to the kitchen and we are making barbecue pulled chicken tacos. Chicken. Right off the bat, we're not gonna waste any time. I wanna pickle some red onion and some jalapeno. So I wanna get those going as quickly as possible. See how spicy these are? That is basically a bell pepper. That's a bummer. Oh well. It's got a little bit of spice to it. Some red onion. We want to do about 60-40 vinegar to water. So I'm going to bring our vinegar just a touch more than halfway, and about there, and fill the rest with water. Now we empty our liquid. I want this a little bit sweeter than saltier, so I'm going to do 3 spoons of sugar and 2 of salt. And the way to tell if my pickling liquid is where I want it is to taste it. So we're going to put the heat on. We're going to dissolve everything in there. Keep stirring. And if it's too vinegary, we'll add water. If it's too watery, we'll add vinegar, salt, sugar, etc. But I don't deal in exacts. We deal in taste, sight, and touch. We're going to bring this up just before a boil. We got steam and just a little bit of bubbles on the bottom. We're good to go. That's to hold everything down in there. So this will take a little while. We'll get started on our mushrooms. When I looked at that beach, I decided that I wanted to do the cook outside because it looks so beautiful, but we've got some massive rainstorms coming in, so you might hear some thunder and a lot of wind in the background, but we're gonna beat that rainstorm and get to cooking. What I first want to start doing is peeling apart the mushrooms like so. So breaking it apart this way is what's going to give us kind of our pulled chicken, pulled pork texture. It takes a little bit of time, but it's going to be worth it. See? It kind of naturally pulls apart like string cheese almost. Now you could cut these, but it's going to lose that natural kind of bite to it that you get from doing it this way. Chicken of the woods is one of those mushrooms that has to be cooked thoroughly all the way through, and one of the ways that you can do that is what I'm going to do right now, which is boiling it. I'm going to add all of our mushroom. We're going to bring this up to a boil and then let that simmer probably for about 5-6 minutes. It don't look good, guys. It doesn't look good. I think we're gonna get rained on real soon. But I'm gonna cut up some white onion and 1 garlic to make in our barbecue sauce. You know when you feel that cold breeze, it's impending doom. We'll see. We'll see. These have about another minute, and then we're gonna throw them in the strainer to drain them. But if you look out here, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous day. But if you look out there, it's a little bit ominous. We'll see what happens. I think we got this. Once they come out of there, it's gonna be a quick recipe. All right, now that these are thoroughly cooked through, give them a strain. And I mean, it does kind of look a little bit like chicken breast. I could see that. Sure, we'll call it chicken breast. All right, we're gonna start with a little bit of olive oil. I have my pan on a medium-high heat. This is gonna move pretty quick. We're gonna build our barbecue sauce in the pan with the mushrooms all in one shot, just to make it as fast as possible. Okay. And with the mushrooms now in with our onion and garlic at the same time. Now I'm gonna add a bit of garlic salt, some cracked black pepper, touch more oil there. Now as I see my onion and my garlic starting to caramelize, I'm gonna put a bit of tomato paste in the middle there. And I see it browning. That's what we want, that's a good thing. So let that tomato paste cook off just a little bit. Now we're gonna add from Teeny Tiny Spice Co. their whoop ass. Now here, I have apple cider vinegar. Now in the whoop ass, it has habanero, chipotle, ancho chili, cumin, brown mustard seed, oregano, allspice, black pepper, all kinds of stuff. Maple sugar, that's one of the things we're also after. Right here, I have brown sugar. So we're gonna put a bit of that in and some water. That's gonna deglaze the bottom, get all those good brown bits off of the bottom. And as this cooks down, that's what's gonna make our nice sauce. Our mushrooms are where we want them, so I can pull them off of the heat, put this aside. Guys, I think that was the fastest I've ever put a recipe together. That was like cooking at Mach speed. We are not getting rained on. Now our pickled onion. And our pickled jalapeno. Oh, and the sun came out just for the tacos. Are you guys kidding me? Well, there you go, guys. There are our chicken of the woods, pulled chicken tacos. Let's eat. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, that was hectic. But we did it. It's still an absolutely beautiful day. Little overcast, but beautiful day nonetheless. So let's dig into these. They smell like barbecue. And they taste like barbecue. That is very good. The texture of that mushroom, it is a good substitute. I'll admit it. It is. Is it chicken? No, but if you took chicken, pulled pork, pulled mushroom, pulled anything and covered it in barbecue sauce, you're gonna tell me the difference? I don't think so. So it all depends on your barbecue sauce. And that whoop-ass seasoning from Teeny Tiny Spice Co., that's the good stuff right there. But those pickled onions make a big difference. I think the next time if I do this again, I would make the barbecue mushroom and then smoke it to really get the barbecue flavor in there. Put it in the smoker. But as is like this, delicious. Well, all right, guys. Thanks for coming along on the adventure. And that cold wind is coming back. I think I made it by the skin of my teeth on this one. I'll see you on the next one. So actually, one of the funniest parts about all of this is that I came here during, I mean, they got to be anywhere from 3 years old to 6 years old swim class. So there's, without exaggeration, there's probably 45 kids here all in the water that they're pulling out of the water now because we got lightning, but that was the noise you guys heard in the background.